Peter pulls Joe's side, the air thick with unspoken history.
That incantation, that's not just any good fortune spell, Joe. Is it?
It's also a spell of boundless energy, Peter. That's why Tina danced till she dropped.
Jeremy and Steve exchange uneasy glances. Steve picks up a half-eaten muffin, examining it with suspicion.
Think we should try one? Maybe win the lottery?
I'm good. Don't trust anything that makes people spontaneously combust into a jig.
Years ago, there was a dancing plague. People danced themselves to death. Horrible business.
Peter's eyes widen, a flicker of recognition crossing his face. He remembers whispered rumors from his time in the Army's psychiatric unit. Stories of bizarre cases, inexplicable mass hysteria.
Are you saying Tina just unleashed a dancing plague?
Similar, not identical. The original plague spell was far more potent. This one, well, Tina just got a bit carried away.
Kate enters the kitchen, her phone clutched in her hand, having overheard the last part of the conversation. She raises an eyebrow, her expression skeptical.
So, why didn't I start doing the tango? I was in here too.
He didn't inhale as much of the... Tina was closer to the, source.
So, she's gonna be okay? Not gonna, dance herself into oblivion?
Relax, Steve. It's not the plague spell. Just a bit of magical exuberance. She'll be fine. Just keep her away from disco balls for a while.
Peter, however, remains unconvinced. Something about Joe's explanation feels off. He remembers the urgency in Tina's voice earlier, the desperate need to save Kyra. He glances at the aged books still open on the counter, the cryptic symbols seeming to pulse with a faint, unsettling light. His gaze shifts to Joe, a question forming in his eyes.
Joe, are you sure about this? There's something. Joe, are you sure about this? There's something.
Joe's face hardens slightly, his eyes flickering to Steve. He deflects, clapping Peter on the shoulder.
Nonsense, Peter. What Steve needs is a proper Italian meal. My lasagna. I'll make it now. He'll see. Everything will be fine.
Kate, having pocketed Jordan's phone earlier, enters the kitchen, picks up the aged book, and flips through its pages, scanning the intricate symbols.
This isn't the spell Tina used, not the one for the, impromptu dance party. This ritual Paul's planning. We need something stronger. Something that'll really neutralize him.
Jeremy enters, looking grim. The safe house, its temporary peace, feels miles away.
Any ideas? Time's running out for Kara.
What about that spell? The one to turn a man into a puppy dog?
A puppy dog? Seriously?
Hey, it neutralizes them, right? Plus, most of Paul's followers are men.
I like this. Female empowerment turning the tables on those fellas. A touch of poetic justice, eh?
You always did like your female empowerment, Joe. Especially since you were married to a witch.
Joe's jovial expression falters, a flicker of something unreadable crossing his face. The room's atmosphere shifts subtly, the light-hearted banter replaced by a sudden tension.
And what about you, Peter? Married to a church lady who could probably hex a man with a hymn. Don't act so innocent.
Seriously, Gramps? You two and this whole married to a witch routine. It never gets old, does it?
Joe and Peter exchange a look, the tension momentarily broken by Jeremy's exasperated tone.
Sorry, Peter. My bad. Just a touchy subject, you know.
No worries, Joe. Water under the bridge.
But beneath the surface, the unspoken questions linger, casting a shadow over the forced normalcy. Peter's suspicion remains, a nagging feeling that Joe is hiding something. The lasagna, bubbling in the oven, offers a temporary distraction, its aroma filling the kitchen, yet the scent of impending conflict hangs heavier in the air.
So, how long does this lasagna take, Joe? I'm starving, and we've got a curator rescue. So, how long does this lasagna take, Joe? I'm starving, and we've got a curator rescue.
Steve's impatience breaks the awkward silence. The timer dings. Joe, relieved, pulls out the lasagna, its cheesy aroma potent. As he sets it down, Peter notices Joe subtly favoring his left arm, a fleeting grimace crossing his face. Peter lets the tension go for the moment. Everyone digs in, the comforting ritual of a shared meal a temporary reprieve from the worry gnawing at them. Steve feels a pang of guilt, the rich lasagna a stark contrast to Kira's likely predicament.
This is good, Joe. Really good. But I can't help but think about Kara, you know, eating lasagna while she's...
We all are, Steve. But we need to keep our strength up. We'll get her back.
Hours later, darkness blankets the safe house. The rhythmic ticking of the grandfather clock in the hall amplifies the silence. At midnight, Tina awakes, a restless energy thrumming beneath her skin. She finds Steve sitting by candlelight, a worn paperback open in his lap.
Couldn't sleep.
Hey, yeah, just thinking. How are you feeling?
Like I'm done dancing for a while. That whole red smoke forced choreography thing, not my style.
The plan is to turn the tables, Tina. Turn Paul and his followers into, well, not frogs, but close enough.
What if I can't control it? What if I end up a puppy dog or something? That red smoke. It changed me.
Case earmarked a specific incantation. It's targeted, Tina. It'll only affect them, not you. Trust me.
Who knew someone with autism could be our hero?
She's pretty amazing, isn't she?
The candlelight flickers, casting long shadows that dance across the walls. The unspoken fear hangs heavy in the air, a stark reminder of the danger that still lurks. The temporary respite offered by laughter fades, replaced by the gnawing uncertainty of what the coming dawn will bring. The candlelight flickers, casting long shadows that dance across the walls. The unspoken fear hangs heavy in the air, a stark reminder of the danger that still lurks. The temporary respite offered by laughter fades, replaced by the gnawing uncertainty of what the coming dawn will bring. The first rays of dawn paint the sky a bruised purple. The city below still shrouded in the remnants of night. Inside the safe house, the air is thick with anticipation.
Tina, wake up. We have a problem.
WHA. Jeremy. What time is it? What's wrong?
Paul? He wants proof? Proof. I have a witch. Before the ceremony.
A witch? Seriously? Does he think we're in some cheesy Halloween movie?
I don't have time for his games, Tina. This is Kira we're talking about. I hope you know a good spell or two.
I'm right behind you. Don't worry, I brought the big guns.
The hum of the car engine fills the silence as Jeremy navigates the Fairden streets. Tina flips through the pages of the book, her expression shifting from confidence to confusion.
Miss, this looks more like a recipe book than anything else. 2 cups of Eye of Newt, a pinch of powdered unicorn horn.
You better not have a cookbook in your hand, Tina. This isn't a joke.
No. It's definitely a spell book. See? Magical words. Underneath the ingredients. Die Hemalopanen. Spiel die Musik. La a die Musician tro ren.
And what exactly is that supposed to do? Summon a singing souffle?
That's the one with the red smoke. No, I have no idea what it means. My Greek is a little rusty.
The car pulls up outside Paul's Arena, the imposing structure looming against the brightening sky. Inside, Paul waits, a smug smile playing on his lips.
Welcome, Tina. I assure you, this time my intentions are purely benevolent.
Benevolent. That's what you said last time. Benevolent.
Despite her fear, Tina steels herself. She pointedly ignores Paul's hand, stepping past him into the arena. The cavernous space, usually bustling with crowds during Paul's rallies, is eerily quiet. The ice is gone, replaced by a cold concrete floor. In the center sits a large iron cauldron. Martin watches from the shadows, his expression unreadable, a stark contrast to Paul's false glee.
So, Tina, what mystical ingredients do you require for your counterpel? Name them, and they shall appear.
Let's see. I'll need some pepper flakes, a red onion on the sharp knife.
Paul raises an eyebrow, a flicker of surprise crossing his face. Martin shifts slightly in the shadows, his gaze fixed on Tina. Paul shrugs, a hint of amusement in his voice.
Very well. Consider it done. Don't go anywhere.
As Paul disappears, Jeremy emerges from behind Tina, carrying a bucket of water. He sets it down next to the cauldron and begins filling it. The silence between Tina and Jeremy is heavy with unspoken anxieties.
Of course. It's just a simple protection spell. Nothing to worry about.
Tina kneels beside the cauldron, striking a match to light the kindling beneath. The flames begin to lick at the dry wood, casting flickering shadows across the concrete floor. Martin steps out of the shadows, his movements slow and deliberate. He stops a few feet from Tina, his gaze intense.
You a prisoner of his?
The only prisoner here is Kira. And we're here to get her back.
He's American. Can't trust him.
I love him. And he loves me.
You sure?
Yes.
The air crackles with unspoken tension. Dust motes dance in the flickering candlelight. Martin pulls Tina into a tight embrace, whispering reassurances, yet his eyes dart towards a shadowed corner of the room where Paul Grant watches with a knowing smirk. Jeremy observes from afar, a grimace slowly forming on his face.
I have autism, so I'm known as damaged goods, you know.
Jeremy, still hidden in the shadows, smiles faintly at Tina's words. Martin looks taken aback.
Damaged goods? Why would you say that about yourself?
Neurodivergent people. We have emotional issues and we're impulsive. Basically, you'd have a better chance of catching a rabbit than catching me.
Is that a talent?
It's not a challenge, it's a fact.
A fact can be a challenge. Climbing Mount Everest, it's a fact that the journey will be hard, but once you get to the top, you feel like a king.
I'm not a mountain, and you can't climb me. I'm not a mountain.
Are you okay?
Fine. Let's just do this.
She gestures towards the cauldron, the fire beneath it now burning steadily. Paul Grant watches the interaction between Jeremy and Tina, his eyes narrowing slightly. He opens the ornate box, revealing a gleaming silver dagger. The tension in the room thickens, the air heavy with unspoken suspicion and fear.
This, Tina, will be necessary. What the hell is that for? What the hell is that for?
Paul ignores Jeremy's question. He circles Tina slowly, the dagger glinting in the firelight.
To cleanse the offering, of course. To purify our intentions?
Martin watches Paul, a flicker of doubt crossing his face. The dagger seems excessive, even for him. He shifts his weight uneasily, glancing at Jeremy, who looks ready to explode.
Give me that. I'll handle this.
She turns to the table where onions and peppers sit beside a cutting board. With a surprising swiftness, she chops the onions, sprinkles pepper flakes over them, and tosses them into the cauldron. She then holds the dagger over the flame, the metal glowing.
Tina, what are you doing?
Just a little. Adjustment to the recipe.
With a wince, she pricks her finger with the dagger's tip and lets a few drops of blood fall into the bubbling cauldron. Jeremy recoils, his face pale.
Your blood? Why?
Because Paul's little purification ritual isn't enough. This needs something more potent.
She opens the aged book to a marked page and begins to chant in a low, unfamiliar language. Ervanke o usvatsavata tiviowit tonek, doku dimi bud mi una veni, udlejns, stnmi.
Interesting. What does that mean?
Before Tina can answer, a thick red smoke erupts from the cauldron, swirling around them. The air grows heavy, almost intoxicating. A strange, pulsating energy fills the room, compelling everyone to move. Martin, despite his earlier reservations, begins to sway rhythmically. Jeremy, though resistant, finds his feet tapping. Even Paul Grant, his usual smirk replaced by a look of stunned surprise, starts to move to the unseen rhythm.
It means, red smoke, rise and make us dance till we are weary, make us happy.
The swirling red smoke intensifies, the dance becoming increasingly frenzied. Laughter mixes with the chanting, a strange, unsettling melody echoing through the penthouse. Hours blur into a chaotic whirl of movement and sound. Finally, as the smoke begins to dissipate, the dancers collapse, exhausted, one by one. An eerie silence descends, broken only by the crackling of the dying fire in the cauldron. Tina, the last one standing, watches then, a strange, unreadable expression on her face. She knows this is just the beginning.
What have I done?